Like today, Arrow, he didn't like snap or anything, but today it's almost like enough is enough at this moment.
Enough is enough, man.
You're right.
I feel the
Enough
same
is
way.
enough.
That's what I was telling him. I feel what you feel right now.
Right. So, do you feel after this, you guys are successful, that there's going to be nowhere else but up, and that he's never going to not be on pay-per-view after this? You know, almost in a Mayweather stage.
This is what it is. This is what they want. I mean, and so he'll be pay-per-view from this point on. It's all about fighting, all about being the best, going out there and showing every time. So you always want to be consistent. He's been giving consistent performances, and I think you want to just keep that same thing going.
Okay, and after you guys get done with this, are you ready to go ahead and clean out the 147 division after this, since you guys have the cards on your table?
We'll focus on this fight, right? You know, this Saturday. I don't like to think ahead. I don't like to talk about any other guys. The guy still in front of us, Mikey, Garcia. That's what I want to focus on.
Okay, and I think we could say this might be, it should be the best fight of the year, because I think we have the best boxers, lightweight, welterweight going at it. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a big event. So what's your prediction for this one, the outcome of it?
Hey, man, my prediction is my guy winning the fight, man.
Okay.
I'm going to repeat what he said. He's going to go out there and be one side of the event. I believe him. I mean, he's going to do everything he can to prove that. So I believe that. I know he's going to do it.
Right, perfect. Thank you.
Robert and Mikey been on record saying that they see something in Arrow that they can exploit. So, do you see anything in Mikey that y'all can exploit?
Oh yeah, we do without a doubt. I mean, and it's the same conversation all day long. You don't see it until you look deep into it. You got to strategize to see what he does wrong, and I see it. So I mean, it's like there's nothing that sticks out so great, but it's something that you have to be able to make happen.
And once Arrow get the victory, you think he'll get his credit just because he coming up?
I think that he will not, but it's okay. Because I mean, everybody will say he fight a smaller guy. Yeah, I'll say that, right? But I mean, did they give? I mean, I don't know. So hey, did they give Raylan a backlash after he came back to beat Durant? I don't know. Or did Tommy Hearns when he knocked out Durant? So I mean, I don't know. I mean, people are more critical now because back then you couldn't see what they wanted to say. Now everybody's a rock star, everybody's a superstar, everybody's in the media. You pick up a phone, you got it popping. So, and that's immediate because you can see it on the internet. So, who knows? I mean, if they don't, I mean, they're not. They bought the fight also, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, Derrick, to the untrained boxing eyes, they said they see something in the Lamont Peterson fight. That looked like, to the untrained boxing eye, a dominant performance. What do you think that they saw in that? You being the trainer, what would you take from that victory?
In that fight, I thought it was a dominant performance, but hey, man, maybe it was something that they saw Lamont left on the table that they could have did, and they're gonna come back in and double down on it. And they're gonna do whatever it takes to get what they're doing. So I don't know.
Did you go back and study that fight to see what?
Yeah, I mean, I memorized the fight. I mean, I saw it. I did go back and watch it even immediately after. I always have something to say to him when we get back together. But it was like, man, it is what it is. If they feel like that, let them believe it. Let them do it.
Do you see a different level of just from him this training camp to just want to prove a point? A different level.
He's always that guy, man. He's always that guy that wants to prove a point. He's always that guy that wants to go out there and show and prove and let everybody know he's the best. I mean, when he says it, he really does mean that. I mean, it's not like he said, I think I am. He really believes that, and that's who he is, man.
Was it hard to prepare for Mikey Garcia?
No, I mean, no. It's just like not at all. I mean, Mikey's a tough guy. He's a very smart guy, intelligent fighter. But, I mean, I think that you gotta. Everything's more methodical. Everything is more thought out. Close to going, but it wasn't hard.
As a trainer, though, is this fight with everything going on and surrounding it, does this motivate Derrick James even more, just like Errol Spence?
Without a doubt, man. Come on, man. This is not only Errol's future. This is my legacy, my future. This is the biggest one. I mean, it's my 10th World Championship bout. So hey, listen, man. This is what it's all about. This is the building of legacy, the Errol, and I'm part of that. And hey, we're gonna keep pushing on. This guy, he's tough, and he's rough, and he's rugged. He's everything, man. But we'll see. I mean, it's not a one-sided. It's not like Errol just throwing punches. It's not like Mikey's just out thinking somebody. He's never faced a guy like this. Hands down, point blank.
Derrick, Robert Garcia, at the beginning of this fight, before the contract was signed, he says, "No, I don't want you to fight Errol Spence." What was your thoughts when the conversation was going, Earl Spence versus Mikey Garcia?
Well, I mean, I didn't even think about it until I don't talk about it until it's real, till the contract is signed. I mean, I don't even give it a thought. I mean, so I won't even look at a video or a tape or anything. So when you hear him talking about it, it's just what it is, just talk. But when they sign the contract and say it's on, and give us a date, that's when my mind is ready to go get it.
Seems like with Earl Spence probably cutting weight and he's getting a little bit more agitated, he finally snapped at him. And I asked him, I said, what would be more satisfying to you, a knockout or a stoppage? And I asked you the same question, what would be more satisfying, a knockout or a stoppage?
I think that a stoppage might be, because I mean that would be, it just depends on let me take that back. If they stop the fight in the corner, that's something totally different. But if he knocks him out, that's something totally different also. So I mean, if the knockout is better, if he knocks him out, but the stoppage is only better if they stop it in the corner, not the referee.
I think there would be for you to raise the pound-for-pound guy from the beginning to pound-for-pound status, have that as a feather in your cap.
I think that the pound-for-pound for me is just an idea, man. I mean, anybody can, walk out the door and another guy can walk back in the door and be that guy. But what happens is I think that it's an idea. So, but we started from the beginning where he had already had a trainer, but then I came in 3 years afterwards. I think he's great. I mean, I think he's phenomenal, but I mean, I think that I care about him consistently being great in the ring. So all the other stuff is just some extra. I mean, pound for pound is an idea. They put a guy in with, 10 fights, 5 fights, so that doesn't matter. I care about my guy constantly, keep winning, constantly keep looking better.
Being home, the star, and it's like, it kind of was like a sample. It's like
yeah, without a doubt, yeah, because I think that fight like that let us feel how it is in Dallas, right? So we don't have to, the tension is not so high because you felt it before. We fought in front of 30,000 people in the UK, but not 30,000 of our fans, so that was just a test, and it was great, it was good.
Do you feel added pressure being in Cowboy Stadium at home?
I don't even think about it. I mean, I'm not thinking about that. I think that, I pressure myself. I put the heat on myself, man, to be better, to be good. And Errol's the same way. My competition is myself. His competition is himself, regardless of who he has in front of him. If he's not dealing with himself, he's not performing well. So that's who his competition is. That's who my competition is, myself.
Sean Porter is here. What was your impression of Sean Porter versus Ugas last week?
I watched 3 rounds and I went to sleep. It was like, I heard they said the fight got cranked up, but after the 3rd round, I was like, come on, man, I didn't, I left.
You were disappointed in both fighters.
I didn't say that. I just said it wasn't attractive. You know what I mean? It was like I was watching. I was like, all right, I'm tired, man. I'm going to.
They also said that they're coming to Dallas. And they're trying to attempt to get this fight. I'm not sure if you saw the interviews, but
Who?
Sean.
He's here?
I saw him over there.
He's coming to Dallas to try and get this fight next.
I don't want to hear that, man. Come on, I don't talk about that. I mean, I'm focused on Mikey Garcia. These guys have sparred many, many rounds in the amateurs. They've been in the ring together before. This situation hadn't happened. I'm not here. I don't want to hear about it. It's like, what are we talking about? But I thought I saw what they were going to do, a WBC Diamond Belt champ or something, right? I thought I saw that, but who knows? But it tells you.
Actually, for this fight.
It's for the Diamond champ.
Well, yeah. So that lets you know the WBC wanted to be the champ. They're going to force him into the fight, obviously. But
now, if you had it on the table, Sean Porter or Manny Pacquiao, which fight are you guys going for?
I want what he wants. So if he's saying the name, I'm not going to put my personal feelings into it. I want what he wants. I can't. I'm like behind the scenes. No. I'm like, whatever you want, that's who I want.
What do you think we're going to see from Earl that we have not seen in his first 24 fights that we might see on Saturday night?
A lot of stuff. I see stuff where people talk about you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. He knows what he can do. He's seen it before. You've been in the gym before, so people see what he can do. But at the same time, I love that they think what he can't do. And what he can do and this and that. And it doesn't bother me. But you'll see something that will show you who he is, and that's really if Mikey pushes it out of him. Because if he doesn't bring it out of him, you won't see it.
When you looked at tape, what did you see the weaknesses on Mikey? I know you're a tape guy.
Mikey's a good fighter, man. It's hard to see something like this that doesn't stand out, right? But I think that everything within Mikey, you have to create everything you want. You have to create it. You have to make him do this and make him do that, you know. And I think we're in the Mikey business, and I think he's gonna make him do something.
And you think they're gonna make it a slugfest? They keep saying that they may try to pull a Sean and trick y'all and make it to a slugfest. How you think it's gonna work out for them if they try something crazy like that?
Man, I don't think that. I mean, they can be who they want to be. I mean, I think that they'll try to fight because this is a boxing match. Somebody's gonna get hit, so don't say, "Oh, the defense up." Somebody's gonna get hit, and somebody's gonna get hit. I mean, so we'll see what Mikey does. If he wants to fight, he'll fight. I mean, but we'll put it like this. There's only two things Mikey can do, and I won't say what they are, but there's only two things he can do: point blank, hands down.
Now, Derrick, everyone was like a son to you. We saw when you guys fought Lamont Peterson, Barry Hunter. Lamont Peterson is like a son of Barry Hunter. We obviously know that Mikey Garcia, his dad and his brothers in the corner. Do you think it's a possibility if they think Mikey, they'll throw in the towel like Barry Hunter said, live to fight another day?
Well, Errol is like a little brother to me. His dad is like a dad to him.
I'm telling your age?
But yeah, I'm 47. He's like a brother to me. I'm cool with that. But, I think that you never know what they'll do, man. It's possible. We're going into the fight. We knew that was a possibility. Barry might throw the towel in. I don't know what his brothers do. I think they want to, mano, whatever, But so who knows? I don't know. I mean, it'll be great that Derrick is here. So,
ironically, right?
Yeah, ironically, yeah.
Good to see you. First of all, how tense was it up there towards the end of the press conference? Everything was calm, and all of a sudden you could feel the tension here.
Hey man, listen, I love it because you never really kind of get that feeling until and I love those guys talking in the back. You know what I mean? That's what Kell Brook had a whole lot of people talking. I told him you are not throwing one punch, neither one of y'all. So y'all can keep talking. So I'm gonna look at them when he gonna get on his ass too. So let me know. I'm gonna look at him.
We're about 72 hours away from fight night.
Right.
You're here on the field, on the floor. They're setting up the ring.
Right.
What goes through your mind, Coach? Are you thinking about it, or you're just thinking about the rest
Nothing.
of the day?
I'm just looking at it. I see it. I mean, that's what I just see everything. Not so much about anything other than I see it. And that's it.
Hey, Derrick. EJ said this felt like a long camp for him, and maybe because when the fight got announced and with the holidays and everything, and he said without having Jamel in there, they're usually in camp together. Did this feel like a long camp to you as well as a trainer? Like you kind of you don't want to peak too soon. You don't want to.
It was tough, man. It's a tough camp. It's hard, man. It's like rough, man. It's not easy because my elbow's killing me today. Man, it's like my hand is on. Like right now, my hand is burning. My nerves in my hand. But it's time, man. It's been long and it's been hard and it's been, but we won. I mean, he's an unbelievable boxer, unbelievable puncher, and everybody will get to see the box.